Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Connie Douglas from Great Stamping with Connie. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Canada, and I would like to welcome you to Coffee with a Splash of Inspiration. It is Wednesday, December 14th, 10 days till Christmas Eve, if my math is correct. Oh my. I was just thinking about that, and I thought, I'm not even sure what I have to do to be ready for Christmas. So I haven't stopped to, sort of make that list, go through that list. Anyway, I'll panic soon, I'm sure, but oh well, it'll all happen and it'll all be wonderful because I will be at my daughter's house to celebrate Christmas. And so, anytime family gathers, that's really all you need, isn't it? Everything else doesn't matter nearly so much. It's the being together with loved ones and sharing time with family or friends or whoever you choose to invite into your day with you. So welcome. This is Coffee with a Splash of Inspiration, and I thought I would start by showing you just a few things that we made last night in our December class. Hopefully everyone has their Christmas cards done. Hopefully many of you have them sent. A lot of mine are sent, but not all of them. I am still working on that. So, I have 10 days for them to get delivered, and that doesn't really include weekends, which takes off a few days. But anyway, I'm thinking about people and I'm working on them. I'm just not quite there yet. So let's flip this down and I will show you some of the things we made last night. Since we're hoping everyone has their Christmas cards made, we've moved on to some other things that we use at Christmas time, such as gift tags. So we made some gift tags. There's 3 different styles that we made. We made Santa. Isn't he cute? I love any of these Santa kind of things. And one year I made a whole bunch of cards with different die cuts and punches and things. And it was a red card with a white beard and the black belt with the buckle. And everybody knew it was Santa and everybody thought it was so cute because it was. But here it is on a tag, and that's really cute as well. And then we have a candy cane because, of course, that's very Christmas. And then just some Christmas greenery. And so we made a bunch of those. And we made this little gift pouch. So it's just folded cardstock, and you can slip a pouch of hot chocolate and a candy cane in there, or a little stir stick, or some other little treat, or you could stick a gift card in there, or just another card with a note on, or I suppose you could stick money in there. It will hold lots of little things as long as they're relatively thin, because it doesn't poof out a whole lot, but certainly you could put some in there. So that we made some of those that were really cute, and we made some of these. This is, oh look, it's a little gift bag, right? Stuffed with tissue paper. But when you open this gift bag, it opens a little bit differently than most gift bags. You don't just go in from the top, you actually flip it right open. And in here, there's a little pocket that you can put a gift card in. And I would show you that, except I don't have any gift cards on my desk right now, but it would just slip in there like that. So that's a great way to package and decorate a gift card if you're giving someone a gift card at Christmas. And this, of course, is the beautiful snowflake vellum. We made some with the iridescent, which is what this one is, and some with the fuzzy white flocked snowflakes, and they were really cute as well. So those are just some of the projects we made last night. We made a few others, but I thought I would share that. But one thing that we didn't make that is often very handy at this time of year is this. I didn't even fold this. I'll just fold that over. And then perhaps you can tell, and I don't, again, I don't have one here, but if this was a wine bottle, you would just slip it over the neck of the wine bottle, and this would dangle down onto the front, and you have a beautiful wine tag to decorate your wine bottle. You don't need a gift bag. You don't need any of those fancy boxes. You just have this beautiful custom-made, personalized tag that slips over the top of your bottle and wishes everyone some Christmas cheer, or a little gift from our house to yours, or whatever you wish. You can put to and from on it. You can put more on the back. These are plain on the back, but you could always add something else to the back. So these are also really handy. So I thought I would share some of these with you today, because who has one of these? I know I have some in the plastic bag here, so there's a lot of glare, but who has, do you have any of this around? Bits and pieces. There's a Christmas wishes cut out of a deckled label, and season's greetings, and some Christmas greenery, and some Christmas sparkle, some holly leaves, just some die cut circles with Christmas designer series paper. And then in here, of course, we have, this is mostly from the Spruce Up bundles. We've got Christmas trees and ornaments, the frames mostly, because we use the insides for our card class last month, but still have lots of these guys around, and trees and other little bits. Here's just a tree that I've stamped on. Things that I was planning to use, and then in the end, they didn't get used. So all these bits and pieces sit around, and of course it would be wonderful to use them. Look, there's a beautiful Merry Christmas, and here's a bunch of Merry, and I've got some Christmases in there. Have yourself a Merry Little Christmas. That deserves to be on something. So we keep all these things, don't we, as crafters, because they're perfectly good, they're wonderful, and they could be used for something. But we have to actually sit down and take the time to use them. So that's what we're going to do this morning. We're going to use some of those bits and pieces. So I have pulled out some things, and I'm just going to slide these off to the side. Nothing is adhered yet. But I kind of wanted to have my pattern laid out. So my wine tags are 8.5 long by 3.5 wide, and I have scored them at 3.5. And then I've used my layered circle dies, and this one is about 1 3/4 inches in diameter. Okay, so I have made these in the past. I've made them narrower, about 3 inches wide, and that also works. I guess you could make them a little wider, but eventually they won't, they would just sort of flop around on your wine bottle. So I don't think you want them too wide, but certainly 3 or 3.5 inches works well. And the 8.5 is a good way to utilize your cardstock, of course, because cardstock is 8.5 wide. So, and that's a nice length on a wine bottle. With this size hole, this drops down to the top of the neck, and then this hangs down but doesn't touch on the ground, which you don't want it to hang lower than the bottom of your bottle. And then you just go into your bucket for some bits and pieces and lay them out in a way that you think you might like. So I have some holly berries, and this is distressed gold, and it has adhesive sheet on the back. So this is actually a sticker that hopefully I can get the sticker backing off of, because then it's super easy to build. Okay. So you just, these adhesive sheets, you just need to, you use your pokey tool. It's usually pretty easy to get the backing to start to lift. This was obviously had a seam in it, so there's just a, whoops, a little bit more here that didn't, well, and I can't actually see where it starts. Oh, there we go. There. So now, as you can see, it's a sticker, and I am just going to add that to these berries. And there we go. Just a little push, and then it's stuck. The adhesive sheets are the most awesome thing we sell. They're just so handy for any of your small die cuts like that. And then you just kind of add whatever bits and pieces you want to your tag. So I'm just going to put a little bit of liquid glue onto here, and I'm going to put this up close to the top of my tag. And then these holly leaves, these are not stickers, you can tell because they show the designer series paper on the back. I don't even remember what I was cutting these for. I think I was cutting these really to just see what the designer series paper holly leaf die cuts looked like and whether I wanted to use them. I don't know that I actually ever intended to use them. It was more of a, what would this look like sort of activity. So I hadn't put the adhesive sheets on those. But that's okay, just a little bit of glue on the back, and you don't need a lot. And there are some areas that are certainly easy enough to get out. Just a little bit of glue. This glue is so awesome, you don't need a whole lot to get it to stick. So a little dab will do you, as I said back in the day, but now I'm dating myself. So we'll just let that one go. So there we go. So they are on there, and then I think I'm going to use the berries to cover this up, but I think I'm going to pop them up on with dimensionals, and I'm going to pop up my my message with dimensionals as well. So just be careful. Well, I guess I don't know whether a regular one will fit up there. I have some from an edge here that I'm using, so I know they fit okay. Don't get these guys onto here. Oops, I forgot to get this up on my tablet. I'm so sorry. There we go. Let's just see if anyone's on here. Say hello. Or maybe you already have said hello and I've seemed to be ignoring you. Anyway, I just, I was so focused on what I wanted to share with you today. Christmas is coming. Let's get to work. We have to finish these projects. Anyway, there we go. So there's the berries on there. And then I'm going to put the sentiment. I should have sort of laid it down before I took these off, because now it's going to be sticky and I'm not positive where I want it. In the middle or off to, I think off to a side a little bit, just because otherwise it's all very, very in the middle-ish. I'm just going to stick this off to the side like that. And then you can certainly add some bling if you like. I have some of these festive pearls that are awesome. And I'm thinking some gold ones, because we have gold up there. We will just throw some of these. We'll sprinkle some of these onto the bottom here. There we go. Just a little bit of bling. We do have a little bit of shine there, but I always like gems. You know me. I love my gems. So there we go. So look at that. If you have scraps around, super quick, right? Look how quickly we made that. So I'll just, I will cut some of these tags and then just sit down with my bin of scraps and, lay some things out and put them on. Here's another one. This is on the Evening Evergreen. The other one, I don't think I mentioned, was Cherry Cobbler. And this time I had, don't really know, I had a couple of these trees from the Lights Aglow suite in my bin, because this is such an awesome tree. I love it. And somehow, I don't recall how, but somehow I ended up with some extras. So we'll use one on here. I'm just going to put some glue onto here. And again, I'm going to put this fairly close to the top. And then I have a star, and this feels like it's a sticker. I'm not positive it is. I don't remember whether I tried to check this yesterday or not. It feels very thick, but this is die cut from the silver specialty paper. I don't know if you can see that. It's shiny, you can see that, but it's the one that has some texture to it. And so it is a thicker paper. So I'm not certain this is a sticker, but we'll see. It is a sticker. Oh, look at that. Not that I can put glue on it, but that just makes life so much easier. And who doesn't like playing with stickers, right? It's kind of like coloring. You know what? We did it as kids, and then when we grow up, we don't do it as much, but it doesn't mean we don't still enjoy it. Now, these Holly leaves are cut out of the designer series paper. This is from the Boughs of Holly designer series paper, as the others were. And I think I cut these when I was getting ready for the girls' getaway weekend, because we used the Boughs of Holly suite, and everybody got a whole package of the Boughs of Holly designer series paper. And so I think I was sort of playing around with some of it to see what we would do for some of our make and takes, or just my idea board that I had out. So I hadn't put adhesive sheets onto these, but as with the others, that's fine. My nose is a little drippy this morning. My allergies, touch wood, have really not been very active at all this winter, which they shouldn't be, but last winter or the winter before, I can't remember now. It seemed like they just stayed bad year round. But no. Just have a little itty bitty bit here I see didn't poke out. Right. Reach under and get that. There we go. And then we used a lot of these at our retreat as well. This is the Evening Evergreen Window Pane ribbon, and it's lovely ribbon, and it's easy to tie in bows. And somehow I clearly ended up with an extra bow, because this was just sitting on my desk waiting for a place to go. So guess what? Going on the tree, or on the wine tag. It's not on the tree, it's at the bottom of the tree. There we go. And then I don't think we want gold bling on this because we have a silver star, but we can put some. So these are soft succulent. Maybe some shiny silver. Put some decorations on our tree. Lots of decorations. Lots of bling. Lots of sparkle and shine. There we go. Oopsie. Tangles off the edge a little bit, but that's okay. So super quick and easy. If you wanted to put a to and from, or something where you could actually write a note on it, you could always, die cut a nice shape in basic white and put it on the back. Whatever you wish. But look at that. Super easy. Used up things from my my bin that I that wanted a nice home, and now they have a nice home, and I have tags. Guess what everybody's getting for Christmas? A bottle of wine. How convenient that MSH makes wine. This is like a plan coming together. You'd think I had this all, figured out or something. Don't be fooled. Anyway, that is what I have for you today. And if you are finding a little time to do some crafting, hopefully this has inspired you and you have a new idea for something to make that you can use over the holiday season. And you can use these any time of year, just perhaps a little bit different decoration. But I have made them with a summer theme to put on over a bottle that I'm giving to someone for a birthday present in the summer. As I say, they can be, you can decorate them for any season. You can make them for Easter, for Valentine's Day, if you're gonna, celebrate with someone special. You can make a very special tag for them. Anniversaries, engagements, get a bottle of bubbly needs to be dressed up. So this is a great way to do it because it personalizes it as well. Say that 3 times quickly. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. If you are watching this on the replay, I would love to have you go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to my channel. That helps me get my crafting out to more people, and it also allows you to see all of my videos whenever I put one up and hopefully be inspired by the projects that I share. So thank you all for joining me this morning or this afternoon if you're watching the replay, or tonight if you're watching the replay, or whenever you're watching the replay. Please leave me a comment, share a little love, let me know what you think of these wine tags, and I will talk to you all again very, very soon. Have an awesome day, everyone. Bye for now.